Hello and welcome back to Disco Elysium, welcome back to Revachol, welcome back to the Martinez District, welcome back to the Whirling in Rags, welcome back to day one. It is 8:21 on day one. We've just spoken to Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife. I've also just noticed that the kitchen is open. We have paid Gart for a night in the Whirling in Rags. We have investigated the body that's hanging behind the Whirling in Rags, but we haven't managed to get him down yet. We did try convincing Kim to shoot the body down, but Kim missed. And I don't know if we should try and convince Kim again. We've also investigated the mysterious door in the bookshop. We probably also need to go back to the yacht because I think in talking to Lena, we've opened up some extra dialogue options. I want to see what's in the kitchen though. Ooh. The dishes are drying. They smell of chemicals and pine trees. Oh, what's that? Take all, $1.15. We have $23.30. I think we actually have enough to pay for another night in the Whirling Rags. Oh, what's this? An aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air. We got a door. And a dude.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Quebec. It must be his name, Garancy Quebec. Sounds representative.
Hello, sir. Got time for a few questions?
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
I just had to yell at my Amazon assistant because apparently hello, sir was enough to get her to start talking in the background. You've got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine. Alright, door?
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Touch the door.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since this was painted, maybe.
Try to push the door.
The door does not budge.
I wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
Out of duty. We may find something pertinent to the investigation.
Yes. I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. As a side investigation.
Yes, a mini side investigation. No, the door is a mega investigation. The door and the main investigation will merge into a stereo investigation. Oh, I like the stereo investigation.
If you say so, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Okay. Oh, and we spoke to Sylvie last time and said we would act as Dr. Love between Gart and Sylvie. Why am I still holding the flashlight? I don't think that gives us anything, but, well, okay.
Can I help you?
So I talked to Sylvie. By the way, I'm here to sing karaoke. Gart, I saw another thing at the Whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction.
He tosses his head in disdain.
They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
He gives you a meaningful nod. How do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even men on strike.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
It's after 1600. The sign said reserve starting at 1600. Why isn't anyone in the mess hall?
Good question.
He turns to the cafeteria manager.
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere. Or laying low after the, lynching.
Why is that?
They probably fucking killed that guy or something, and that's why.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner or later.
Okay, there's something else I wanted to ask about.
Yes?
So, I talked to Sylvie. Wink!
God.
He does not look too pleased.
Oh, but he should be. Lay it on him.
Turns out she's a whore who likes to ride the cock carousel. But I don't want to lay that on him. But I don't have anything else, like a back button, for example. Ooh. Huh. Two negatives and a positive. Turns out she's a whore who likes to ride the cock carousel.
Wonderful.
It is. It's wonderful.
What? What does that mean? Cock carousel?
She rides the cock carousel until she's too old to ride it, then settles down with a provider. No time for lectures. The point is, you're losing at her nasty mind games. Sylvie is a total psycho. Just drill the inside of your mouth with your tongue. Oh God. She rides the cock carousel.
Does it mean you talked to her? What else did she say about me?
What else do you need?
Oh my God. Yeah, she said that she likes the cock carousel very much. So fun. Depict a carousel of cocks going merrily around.
He looks at you, spinning your arms, then leans on the corner and sighs. His head drops between the shoulders, heavy and defeated.
She broke the bird, the great skewer. I found it on the ground with the broken wing on the morning she left. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off. I should stuff it up my arse.
He stops and stares at the counter.
Or you broke the bird. It can also be that. I think Sylvie even. Yes, the bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it.
broken bird, feathers, nod knowingly. This is all part of the mind fuck on the cock carousel.
Huh. Cock carousel. I think I understand now. That's what they ride until, like, 39. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest.
He corks the bottle and hands it to you.
Now, let me have a drink and think about this shit for a moment. On my own.
He stirs into the blood-red liquid in the cup.
And there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? Another situation fixed by Dr. Love.
I don't know. What did we get? Balmograve rifle? Tools? Oh, alcohol. Commodore Red. +1 physique, -1 morale, uses left 3. Oh. I think this is the first time we've got either alcohol or drugs. And I think electrochemistry ties into that. Okay. So, we're waiting for run the number on the victim's armor, find money for rent to pay Gart, sing karaoke. Okay. Explore the whirling secret passages. That's a new one that's come up. Find out who's in the Union box. That's also new. Getting the body down, and where is the rest of the armor? Okay, but we also need to put another point in savoir-faire. I think with savoir-faire, we put +1 in it, and then that's our last chance to get over the thing at the back and get the coat, maybe? Skill points, 25 of 100, so we're kind of a long way off from doing that. Okay, is there anything we can do now? I don't think we need to go back up to the room. We've spoken to Lena. Who are you? Oh, what's this?
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
An hour? 2 hours? Pretty long. It's drink o'clock. Not now.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime. Maybe who cares? Just rum?
Maybe I should lick it up before I go? That's disgusting. Or finish the thought. It's all about money, you know. Oh, okay. So... Okay, so... I think it's coming to the end of the day, of the first day. Pigs go home. The street name is illegible. What have we got? We've kind of explored a little bit this way. Some great tectonic forces crack the pavement like an eggshell. Oh, we have some dudes over here. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. Oh. Tire tracks onto the roof. That's insane. What's that? It is nose affair plus health. Oh, okay. What's here? Roy's pawn shop. Fast cash for faster times. Oh. We got some postcards, a pen, an antique Belmagrave rifle, filament, shot put ball, the lieutenant's handkerchief. We can sell some stuff. Fingerless gloves +1 electrochemistry. Okay. Waterlock out of order until Wednesday, 7:15 AM. butter sign down? Oh no, he did just say butter sign down.
Evening, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
First things first. What are you doing here, man in the waterlock?
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
The man in the waterlock picks the skin off a slice of a salami and takes a sizable bite. Do you know what caused this wreckage? Point to the smashed billboard in the canal.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
The words "daredevil driver" sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Do you know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it.
He thinks for a moment.
Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some of that salami? Pointed his food.
Sure thing.
He cuts off a slice of salami.
Want some too, officer?
He turns to the lieutenant.
Why not?
The lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. He takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it. Oh, right, bye.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Okay, just leave. I don't want our hubris to break something that we might need later on. Oh yeah, of course, the bridge is up, so the lorry drivers are still here. We looked at this stuff, didn't we not?
Shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer.
Rummage through
These
the
are
box.
all boring. Boring third-rate hope. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show.
These are all first-rate sunglasses.
Okay. We've already looked at all of that. I don't think there's anything else.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first-hand. Buy second-hand. Keep the economy moving.
Okay. Leave for now. I just wondered if there was anything that would change if we did that. Ooh, I got some thoughts. The damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake. Maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza. I don't think we've been down here. We got the bag from down here. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. A splatter of bullet holes lines the wall. Ooh, money! Okay, we got 25 buckos. I suppose we could get the windbreaker and then still pay Gart for tomorrow? Although I think Gart might be thinking about the pop carousel. We did have, and it did mention that we should talk to Joyce?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I have a photo of the victim's tattoos. Show it to her.
She reaches for the photo, takes it, then holds it in her hand. For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a Interrogate not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Stay quiet. Observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like stars in the sky?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What travels did the dead man make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semnes Islands, then this.
She points to his heart. What is that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
What is the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption, to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Where is he now?
I've spoken to him, for now the soul is fastened inside his corpse. This one has flown quite far by now. Nowhere. There is no soul? I've spoken to him. For now the soul is fastened inside his corpse.
That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. A fear of drowning within one's own corpse.
Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors, though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
You wouldn't even know where to start.
That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
You seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality?
She pulls her hood closer around her neck.
The aim is to gain a deeper understanding.
Okay. It's related to that medical episode. I have trouble remembering even the most basic terms of reality. By learning about the world, I hope to learn more about myself. Oh yes.
A sort of spiritual quest. Something of ancient Ilmaran origin.
There's more than a trace of irony in her voice. Yes, a spirit quest sounds like the thing I'm on.
You will find him a big fan of the ancient ways. It's part of his condition.
Nothing wrong with ancient ways. Our modern ones aren't necessarily better. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Esprit de corps is a white check, and we probably are going to put more in esprit de corps. Oh no, was it savoir-faire? 42%. Where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
Baby?
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
I'm a disco holdover myself.
Aren't we all?
And what is Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
Tell me more about Martinez.
I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. This place used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work. The reeds are the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
Okay, that's Martinez. What about Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city is Revachol?
The great kind.
As if it's self-explanatory. Beyond patriotism. A fact.
What makes Revachol great?
History, detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Okay, who built this city?
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed.
When was Revachol built?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
And why will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
Why here?
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
Wow, 200 million on an island. So we're pretty much at the centre of the world.
Oh, we're quite a way off. About...
She points across the water, where the skyscrapers rise.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Look to the sea.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition. Only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
Say nothing. Observe the large body of water, swelling, cold.
She observes your eyes scanning the horizon, then breaks the silence, slowly. This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
You're right, Lieutenant. I'll continue later.
It's better not to eat all your candy at once.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
Okay, that's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Thank you. That's all for now. Okay. Jamais vu! Ah, jamais vu is the opposite of déjà vu. Déjà vu is the overwhelming feeling that you've experienced this before. Jamais vu is the overwhelming feeling that you've never experienced this. Is that going to say that here? Nope. Okay, Revachol Special Administrative Region. Le Caliur? The Insular Indian Ocean, Coalition Government, Insular Indian Mission Command. Name after name, and none of them is familiar. They seem real, but something is wrong. You feel like a kid looking at stickers on the fridge. Trouvant, the Apricot Company, World Games 34. You can almost see your hand reaching out for them. Scratch at the corners, see if they peel loose. This feels like the most important of all the thoughts. The one you truly must complete. Now we can't internalize because we can't unlock any of these, I don't think. No, we don't have a skill point. I do want to hold on to the skill points. Get a reality lowdown. Okay. What do we get? Oh, clothes. Okay, fine. How far are we off? 40 of 100. Okay. I'll acquiesce to Kim not wanting to... There was something here.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
3%, conceptualization is 4. There's a white check, you may retry it if we put points in conceptualization. Let's leave. What time do we go to bed? Also, I think we need magnesium. We need something to help with our morale because it's taken a beating. We could go to the Freet and see if we can buy something for morale. Yellow roses, dozens of them. Tulips too.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
So first, steal a raincoat. Buy a raincoat. +1 endurance. Oh. Right. Leave.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
So we could get it's 90 or 250 for 3 shots. Well, 9, 18, 27? So we'd be saving ourselves 20 cents.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Or something. 2255. So we already have 2 shots to heal up. Okay, fine. What time are we should go to bed? That's not even English. I'm gonna head back and see if we can go to bed. Right, because what I want to do is see if we can go good night, Kim, and then Kim goes to bed, and then we can go back and talk to Joyce without Kim.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
All right, let's go.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
He lights a cigarette. I didn't know you smoked, Kim.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How did you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
He flicks the ash.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit, below it all.
Right then, the debrief.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day.
And turn the music down because for some reason the music's not dipping for this this dialogue. How do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. Our inspection was also very thorough, and we've already started following up on leads. The body is still hanging from that tree, which is unfortunate. And there's still much to do at the crime scene.
He is not particularly satisfied with your progress, but he doesn't want you to feel completely discouraged. Probably out of fear that you'll just give up and keep drinking.
Don't worry, Kim. I'll be in much better shape tomorrow. I'm sorry. Oh, we're not doing sorry, cop. It's all part of the plan, starting from the outside and working back towards the scene of the murder. Say nothing, just look at the city. Don't worry, Kim. I'll be in much better shape tomorrow.
I look forward to that. As for the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him, so that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We interviewed Joyce Messier, the Wild Pines rep, and learned a lot. None of it very good news for us or Martinez, but...
He gives you a quick nod of acknowledgement and approval.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I don't know why I do the things I do, Lieutenant Kutsuragi.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills.
He nods thoughtfully, tapping his finger on the cigarette.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
He looks at your snakeskin shoes and smiles suddenly. So what are our powers exactly? The RCM?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
1,000. Why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol.
Okay, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station cold sleep. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
I see. And if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty...
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
What happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couronne and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
He taps on his coat pocket where he keeps his notes. And what... and who makes all these rules?
The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say it was the citizens of Revachol.
Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
The moral intern? What is that?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
If I didn't know, how would you describe them?
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Who is Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
You like the moral intern?
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad.
That's another leitmotif associated with moralism.
But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me.
What is their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something ominous.
I have an opinion on the moral intern.
Do you?
On second thoughts, I don't have it. We're stooges of the world's biggest bourgeoisie organization. Nope. We've done an awful job here. Have you seen this place? This isn't humanism. Things bad out there, point to the city. We need them here, giving us the right to police Revachol.
In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Yeah, vigilantes sounds bad.
Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez, most of them at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
He looks at the roundabout. Say nothing. Just look into the night.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts.
And in Jamrock and GRIH?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here. At least do some good?
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door. See you in the morning. Right, so if I close the door, Kim goes off. There's a bottle. Oh, it's a bottle of Commodore Red. Okay, so Kim's gone. What have we got? Tools. Can we?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
So we would need to put points in electrochemistry. Encyclopedia, formidable. Dig deep into your mind, locate the source of the expression. Use your chain cutters. Oh, it is chain cutters to fix the faucet. Stop steam from fogging up the mirror. What is it? Interfacing. Oh, let's give it a shot.
The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
Let the mirror be for now. Let's heal, and heal. And then peace out. What? Where are we going? Oh, we're leaving, baby. Because... So, Kim has gone to bed. Okay. Yeah, Kim's gone to bed. I thought the music had completely stopped. It hasn't. No, it's still there. Okay. Yeah, it was just weird that it was so loud over Kim's spoken audio. Because normally when you get into a dialogue, it seems that it ducks the music down so you can hear the audio. Joyce!
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Oh, hang on a sec. There we go. Get the torch out. Joyce.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I've got some more questions about reality.
More lessons in basic reality? My favourite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What times are these?
These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late.
Too late for what?
For the big time.
Her eyes light up. There's a flash of teeth. What's the big time?
The revolution.
Huh. And what is this revolution I keep hearing about?
It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
Who got shot in the head?
Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head. Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed.
Did the communists and anarchists shoot back?
Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Truly a kerfuffle.
Yes, the Insulindian deluge, they call it.
Anyone else get shot in the head? On the opposing side?
Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad.
Smart king.
Yes. King Guillaume had a nose for bad PR. He ran before it. What is the expression? Went down? Anyway, Gil got out alive and his nephew Frisell got shot in his place. Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. It was a wild time.
Who got the mineral rights?
The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything.
Okay, and by liberals you mean...
Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective. Or the remaining gentry. The beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement. Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the ultras, or ultra-liberals. They fared well.
How did the liberals win it all?
They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended. Everyone else got shot in the head, remember?
We. She's one of them. Of course.
If everyone got shot, who was there to surrender to?
To foreign intervention. The coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights.
Wait, you just said the liberals already took everything.
The liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition took the ground. The ocean, the laws, and the people.
Who were the coalition?
The coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-la-Clay, the armed centre of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was the moralist thing to do.
Moralist?
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights, and not shooting people in the head. At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now, the coalition government. This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist.
If always picking the option that doesn't commit to anything, then hell yes I am, and also not. I don't think I am a moralist. Not just technically, practically as well. I like what I've heard about these people. We do have the thought that gives us money every time we select the ultra-liberal option. Not just technically, practically as well. I like what I've heard about these people.
A devout man of the centre. Hard to come by. It's good to have someone who takes a moderate approach to head shooting. In your line of work, I mean.
When was this kerfuffle?
The turn of the century revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in 02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end, nearly the whole world had gotten involved.
Who started it?
It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Marzolf came along and overthrew the government.
Oh, prion disease. That's a improperly folded protein. One of the reasons you don't eat other people is because of prions. It would give you something, well, CJD, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, or BSE, bovine spongiform encephalopathy. Basically spongy holes in the brain. Those are both prion diseases. What does this SAR do?
It made people overthrow their governments.
Really?
Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark.
Where did it spread from there?
From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Marzolf's government was overthrown in 08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end.
What came next?
Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that necktie? A pair of pants?
Our lives are very different from each other.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. That counts for more than you think.
What is this zone of control?
A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations. And you, of course, the citizens' militia.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41. Chad Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor carriage.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the suzerain and the commune.
What happened in the rest of the world?
Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication. Telematic milieus, radiation, coloured plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade.
It's been like this for how long exactly?
43 years. Hard to fathom, I know.
What have we been doing all that time?
The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river levelled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell.
And after that?
The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
Were they?
No. It was a market mirage fueled by cocaine and quantitative easing. The 40s dispelled it like a cold splash, an Isla-wide hangover, you might say. And here we are.
She curtsies.
Welcome to reality, baby.
Oh, we got a new skill point. What would you have done differently?
Good question. What would you have done differently?
No, her first.
I would have made off with the mineral rights.
You and everyone else. But that's got nothing to do with preventing the revolution. Oh, well. What was, I guess.
Wow, we just got 1 real for selecting the ultra-liberal option. That's great. That's enough about the times.
They are what they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
Not so fast. Who is she in all this? Ask her who she is. She owes you an answer.
I want to know what you are.
She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
Say nothing.
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor. A devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra.
She raises the corner of her mouth, smirking, revealing a canine.
Cool. I liberate pretty hard myself.
No, not like me. I am the nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp who pushed the king under a shitwagon and betrayed the revolution. Are you liberated enough to offer up your home on a plate for financial colonists? No, I think not. Tell me, now that I've uncoiled myself, do you find me frightening?
In her green eyes you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride.
I forgive you, but only because you're charming.
A devil, who being of great charm and guile sneaketh into the homes of the godly.
Vile devil. Shake your head slowly.
I hope we're able to continue as friends, despite my scaly bulk and my intimidating liberal credentials. This was not the plan all along. When the dust settled, the liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. This was all our last generation managed.
Would you have done something differently?
With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinez a monument to the efficacy of its artillery, I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the coalition. Not here in Martinez, and not in the Stella Maris or Delta Beachheads either. If not for my own sake.
She realizes her small, cold fists are clenched. She loosens them.
Then for my daughters. We had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole Isola down rather than let them have it.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes. An oil fire on the ocean.
You're a smart woman.
Perhaps. My intellectual vanity will be my undoing.
You're a patriot?
Yes, I suppose I am. But I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere but here.
You have daughters?
Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother. And a wife. Now, shall we return to reality?
What is this?
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
Am I really that awkward?
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games.
I meant, what is this place here?
Ah! This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot. Or two.
She looks around. What is Rue de Saint-Ghislaine 33A?
A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old.
She looks up at the crumbling facade.
This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course.
Who lived in them?
Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off. Splat, splat.
From a dilapidated balcony, a young girl in odd clothes gives Joyce an evil eye, red paintbrush held to her throat.
Wonderful.
What's that? Point to Cindy the Skull.
The girl in the old lady rags.
Yeah.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infraculture.
Yes, you and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
I understand everything. Make it more complicated somehow. Okay, now explain the same thing but to a child. Oh, I understand everything.
I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat all they want. Capital has the ability to subsume all critiques into itself. Even those who would critique capital end up reinforcing it instead. All right. What next?
We can try Esprit de Corps. Okay, let's try it.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
That's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
So we have, oh boy, we have a skill point we can put in savoir-faire. We could try that again. Esprit de Corps. So there's already 5. We can put that up as well. 65 out of 100. Okay, if we need to unlock any more conversation with Joyce, we're going to need Esprit de Corps. Okay. No, yeah, we appear to be okay for the most part. It is now 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock on the first day. There's a girl up there. Did she spill the paint?
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue d'Espérance. You wait and see.
The girl stares at the sailboat by the pier. Well, we already know her name. What's your name, miss? You seem to be engaged in an illegal activity.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Let's start with your blood type and go from there.
Will you look at that? He's not just a pig, he's also a dog. Ain't got no bones for you, doggy.
Despite the sass, she puts the brush aside and turns to you. You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief.
I don't think the lieutenant's doing anything because he's not here. She turns her head to face the coast and nods disdainfully towards Joyce, performing maintenance on her boat.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
You mean Joyce?
On a first name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Why all the negativity?
Have you got a crush on her? Aching for an opportunity to defend her honor?
Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, Pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
So you don't know what to write?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cards. And my name's not Mona, so...
Why are you so committed to defacing the building?
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation.
I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
I like public art. Keep doing what you're doing, don't mind me.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
Catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, Ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Ungulate. It's having hooves. Right. So, what have we got? Victim's tattoos. Ask another person about the tattoo's possible meaning. Get the body down. Where's the rest of the armor? Okay. Explore the whirling secret passages. Find out who is in the Union box. Guard has told you some... Oh, unruly... Okay, so that's in the whirling and rags. We need to find out who in the whirling is... Oh, the map's got a thing on it. Oh! These are found white checks. Those on white are available to try now. Map wall. Sleeping dock worker. Okay. Warded door. Pain threshold. Challenging. Oh, but we've already opened that. So those are on white are available to try now. Legendary. With oh, okay. There's some damaged ledger. I think some of these we've already done. Alright. So I'm just scrolling up and down here. What? It does not like that. And the dark ones, the ones we have locked ourselves out of. Where's the map wall? Okay. So it is 10 o'clock and we're still on the first day. That's crazy. Is the shop... Oh, the shop's not open. Okay. I guess... Oh, can we talk to Lena?
Hello again, sweetie.
Alright. How'd you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchair partner, fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
I wouldn't be of much use to you, sweetie.
Her face flushes with excitement, but she instantly recomposes herself. Why? 3 heads are better than 2.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time.
She turns back to you with a hopeful glint in her eyes. I gotta get going. What I should probably do is go to bed. Okay, let's do that. Oh, let's just close the door behind us. And then I guess, sleep on that. Ooh, okay.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Oh, thank you, Siri. Crawl in.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the pillow.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
Check the blanket.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Roll over to the other side.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed him? Who?
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts. All asleep now.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
What is this?
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question.
I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die.
You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me, do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
You said, who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth?
I was left.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, Where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I don't want to come back.
They were only cramping your descent into the abyss. Now they're gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. All of it. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Isolas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I've talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed. Stinky boy.
I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
God, there's another type?
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too, so soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork, barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Good going, buddy.
Is that how it's going to be now when I close my eyes?
Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What chick?
You don't know? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does.
What the hell is going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
No. I can take this. I am not going to go looking for speed.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
That's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town won't be dead.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shellman. See how you do without your spark.
Alright, there's nothing new here. Let us switch the bag out. We should, if we check our journal. What have we got? Superstar Cop is 5, Sorry Cop is 2. So Superstar Cop is still our highest rank. Communist is 4, Fascist 2, Ultra Liberal is 6. Okay, cool, because Communist and Ultra Liberal were even. I guess we selected those 2 options with Joyce, which gave us some money. Moralist is 3, interesting. Good Cop, Bad Cop is 6. But we don't know what that actual means, whether we've switched one way or the other. Honor is 2, people killed is 3, cases solved 2, 16, and years in service 18. So these last 3 probably won't change. We've avoided saying sorry quite a bit. So we've said it at least twice, and we've selected 5 Superstar Cop options. Okay. We really want to go for the ultra liberals, because that gives us money. Okay. I don't know why we're going around with a flashlight. There we go. Oh, that puts Inland Empire up. Or does it? Horrific necktie, sunglasses, ledger of failure and hatred. Okay. All right.
Morning.
He gives you a quick nod.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
What do you mean rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Are these the men Gart told us about yesterday?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
Let's roll.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Okay, well we should talk to Gart.
Can I help you?
About my bill for tonight.
Got the 20 real?
Yeah, 20 real for the night.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Goodbye. So we have 2 skill points, so we can put one in savoir-faire. We can put one in esprit de corps as well, if we want to unlock that thing with Joyce. Oh, Lena's here.
Just a moment.
The old woman turns back to the cafeteria manager.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
The cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Good day, Mom. Everything alright?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Wait, what's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
She frowns.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Why do you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
What is this expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The waterlock. That was broken. Could this be it?
The waterlock to the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there.
Oh my. What happened to the waterlock?
Probably just some technical problem.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the waterlock's been repaired, and it's cold out there.
If I see him, I'll let him know you're here, when or if I get there.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
So your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
The lieutenant sounds unimpressed. So cryptozoology is crypto is hidden. So a zoologist would study animals, and a cryptozoologist would study hidden animals.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Tell me more about morale, looks, character, your relationship.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, His expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Let's try again. If I were trying to meet him on the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
How did the two of you meet?
Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I think I have all the information I need. Let's move on.
I hope I've been useful.
Tell me more about this rare insect your husband is looking for.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to hear about the insect.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
Oh, yeah. Here comes the interesting.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us officers.
She looks you in the eye and nods thoughtfully.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
What makes you think the phasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So a newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have?
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
You seem really excited about this cryptid.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
So is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Does it have cool powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even.
Okay, what's so special about this stick bug then?
Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
The woman's face flushes with embarrassment.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids. Oh, we've been rolling very badly, but let's give it a go.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Hey, Lena, I'd like to hear about some of the other cryptids you've studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Okay, Kim. Just one little cryptid, promise.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Ooh, tough choice there.
What's the biggest? Tiniest? Dangerous? Is that a cryptid on this pen you gave me? Are there any other invisible cryptids? Oh, are there any other invisible cryptids?
What an interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
You're right, Kim. It's childish, but I need to know.
Okay, I won't spoil your fun. What is the invisible cryptid?
It's the Col de Mama d'Aqua. Its name means thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Col de Mama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
What does it sound like?
Like nothing, it's such a high-pitched sound that us humans can't hear it, nor can other animals. It could be ringing right outside your window and you wouldn't even know it. Could be anywhere. Everywhere, even.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory.
Could it be here, right now?
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
What evidence is there of this animal being a sound?
Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 1920s, a group of Areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds.
Just nod eagerly.
The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest-pitched bat calls. They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Col de Mama d'Aqua, after the Paracanassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Wow.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them.
Name them?
Sequester, Time, Joscan. Those are but some of the Mama d'Aqua they followed individually.
Why is the Mama d'Aqua afraid of us?
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction.
Extinction?
They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mama d'Aqua's. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
They cancel each other out or they amplify each other? I think they amplify each other.
No, dear. They cancel each other out. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, They wiped out most of the population.
Great regret washes over her. A wending cloth.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Koltamama Dakwa population anywhere.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiability. I like the story, though, ma'am.
I'm glad you did, dear.
Interesting. What about...
What about what?
Oh... This has been educational. Sadly, we need to discuss something else.
Of course, dear.
That's all for now, Mom. We could always talk to her after... Yeah, so we can always come back later on at night. Should? Oh, something else here. The tomatoes are so thinly sliced you can see through them.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Do you know what's behind that door?
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
Okay. We can legitimately just walk past them.
Was that? Could it be? The Koltamama Dakwa? No, it's probably just your imagination ringing in your ear.
Is it? Is there a ringing? Listen more closely.
There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right? It's like something tickles your ear.
Listen closely first.
There it is again. You are about to rediscover a long-lost species.
Keep listening.
It must be very close. Maybe, just maybe, it will come toward you. Keep still. It might perch on your shoulder.
Hold very still and hope the bird comes to perch on your shoulder.
Oh no. The sound. It's moving away. Somewhere over there. Go after it. No. Too late. It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Just the sound of the streets.
No. Come back, please.
Keep your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you're sure to hear it again.
Ooh. So we have jamais vu, derealization. And we can internalize 7 hours and 10 minutes. That's a long one. You heard it, the mysterious Koltamama Dakwa. You're certain you did? Well, maybe not quite certain. Let's say you're hopeful, because it would make you very special. To be the only human being who can hear this invisible, incorporeal bird. This animate whisper. This particle of sound. You're going to have to keep listening. Sharpen your ear. Unlock. Yep. And immediately slam that in. Alright. So we're now researching the Koltamama Dakwa. I don't think there's anything else. So we have 1 skill point. Okay. What we can do... Oh, it's a lady on the roof. I'm gonna try this again. So we go up here. And this was savoir-faire? It's whatever the shoes... Oh, yeah. Savoir-faire. So we take these shoes off. And what else? What else is stopping savoir-faire? Black-cut trousers. Alright. I don't think... I reckon a physical instrument? In... Esprit de corps... No, okay. Okay. Alright, let's give it a go.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing.
Okay, not now, because we gotta put the scale in. Right. Savoir-faire, level up. Okay.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
Let's go.
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Close your eyes, let your senses take in the world around you.
Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below.
He's so on the money, Bratan! Just imagine yourself dual-wielding a bottle and a flaming cigarette whilst airborne!
Continue the voyage through the salty air.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna put my pants and... Okay, there we go. Esprit de corps. Wow. So, interestingly, that gives us +1 esprit de corps. Oh, so does this disco-ass blazer. Oh, +1 shivers, though. So the disco-ass blazer gives us +1 esprit de corps. But the patrol cloak gives us that plus shivers. Oh, right. Neat. So can we just use the door to go back up there? Wait, what is this? What is this? Where is this? A standard office file cabinet. The drawers seem to be locked. Someone left the coffee machine on. The dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. Every worker equals a member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. And at the bottom, the union logo and demand democracy. The radio is emitting a strange buzzing sound. Ooh, visual calculus and -1 drama. Ah, magnesium. Postcard.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside, he thinks.
Open the drawer.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Browse through the folders.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol, Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Anything interesting?
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Volition. Roll it. Force yourself to go through the folders.
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
Look at the note.
It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, Kim. A to-do note with a list of errands for Everard.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
Take another look at the note.
Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled.
Okay, close the drawer.
The drawer slides shut smoothly.
I'm sure there's something there that we need to look at. Oh, what's that? Book. Le Fume, Volume 1, Number 4. Oh, if you want to pass time, we can read a book.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
Punch clock payphone. I'll leave that for now because I have no idea what it's supposed to be. Okay. Collecting rainwater. Can we go this way? Oh, okay, yeah. All around you, great machines in quintessence. Oh, we do have the bag out, okay. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner.
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Wait, how hard?
Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of cigarettes. It must have been pretty hard.
Did I do this?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
Huh. This is really sad. I must have been miserable.
Yes, this scene isn't exactly ripping with joy. Let's just move on.
Well, we can police up some of our empty bottles.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
Kim, I'm going to take a quick look inside.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. Looks like the inhabitant is rather pedantic when it comes to order.
Take the picture.
It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that?
I'm a cop. It's instinctual to collect evidence.
Fine. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Okay. Interesting. Well, speaking of snooping around up here, I think we're going to stay here for a little bit longer, so what I think we can do is leave it there for the time being. If you like this, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and if you want notifications, dingle the bingle. If you don't want notifications, don't click the bell, and I'll tell you what, I'll catch you next time.